Chili Dogs. This one's by Carla Tedrow. Taco and Tamale, two friendly Dalmatians, lived with their owners in San Antonio, Texas. Jose and Maria Cabreras loved spending time with Taco and Tamale. Jose and Maria had to work long hours at their open-air restaurant, a cantina, in La Villita, the oldest part of the city. They enjoyed bringing Taco and Tamale with them. Their landlord, Mr. Derrick, was a selfish man. He wanted to close down their restaurant so he could turn it into a parking lot. He thought he would make more money that way. The Cabreras family would have to go. Jose and Maria were afraid of him. Taco and Tamale were afraid of him. Even Mr. Derrick's own dogs were afraid of him. He was not a nice man. Mr. Derrick's Dalmatian dogs were not happy and carefree like Taco and Tamale. They were raised only for shows and to make money. He liked using his dogs to win money and be the center of attention. What he didn't like was caring for them or feeding for them. People around town talked about how poorly Mr. Derrick treated his dogs. He kept them locked in small cages without room to play. He would yell at his dogs, "No food for you till showtime." Taco and Tamale would sneak behind the bushes and think about helping their friends. "Someday," Tamale would say, "we will free them." When the Cabreras were unable to pay their rent, Mr. Derrick was happy. If they did not pay his rent, he would have them evicted, thrown out. And he would try to keep all their possessions, including Taco and Tamale. Imagine, he thought, the restaurant and the dogs too. Mr. Derrick told Jose he had 30 days to find the money or else. Jose said, "You may get the restaurant, but Taco and Tamale never." Mr. Derrick just smiled and said, "We'll see." The Dalmatians were scared. They loved their family and wanted to keep the restaurant. They decided to work just as hard as Jose and Maria. They all worked together. Jose prepared yummy tacos for the children and chili enchiladas for the adults. Maria seated customers and waited on tables. Taco and Tamale would wander the open-air tables, entertaining the customers with tricks. Everyone began to know how the Dalmatians loved hot, spicy Mexican food. Soon customers would give their leftovers to Taco and Tamale. In return, the two dogs would do even more tricks. As more and more customers came, Jose and Maria were close to raising the rent money. But close would not be enough for Mr. Derrick. Suddenly, when everything looked darkest, some bright possibilities appeared. Tamale was going to have puppies, and soon there would be a Dalmatian puppy contest. Now everyone was excited. Tamale would soon be having puppies, and Jose would enter them in the contest for a prize of $50,000. "This is the happiest news we could hear," said Maria. "If Tamale's puppies win, we can pay Mr. Derrick and buy the restaurant." Mr. Derrick heard about the puppies and the contest. Now he was determined to have the cantina and the dogs. He said, "You only have a few days left to get me my money. Soon everything you own will be mine." Jose ordered Mr. Derrick off the property. Taco nipped and yipped at him as he left. Mr. Derrick came up with a plan to close them down. He would chase away their customers, scare the suppliers, and shut down the place once and for all. Then Maria and Jose would have to leave. If all else failed, he would flood the restaurant. Meanwhile, no one knew of his plan. Jose and Maria were worried about Tamale and her strange cravings. Taco worried too. Tamale wanted to eat nothing but chili. She ate chili for breakfast, chili for lunch, and chili for dinner. She just ate and ate and ate. They were so busy watching Tamale, they didn't see Mr. Derrick's plans taking place. Fewer customers, fewer deliveries, fewer dollars. One day, Mr. Derrick walked by the restaurant and put closed signs on the door. The people in the neighborhood saw the lights on and went inside anyway. This made Mr. Derrick angry. Next, Mr. Derrick stood in the alley and sent away all the deliverymen. That night, Maria and Jose could not open because they did not have enough ingredients to make food. Finally, Mr. Derrick decided to flood the restaurant. He sneaked into the restaurant one night and opened all the faucets. What a mess! The firemen had to come pump out all the water. Everything was ruined. The next morning, Jose and Maria realized they were out of business. "What are we to do? We have no money and no restaurant. We can't pay Mr. Derrick." When the Cabreras returned home, they had one piece of good news. Tamale was ready to have her babies. It was their only hope. Jose and Maria kept their fingers crossed and hoped that they would have a show winner. "I do hope one of the puppies will win the prize," Jose said. When 6 puppies arrived, Taco took one look and rolled over on his back. Tamale's puppies were red and white. Instead of black Dalmatian spots, the puppies were covered with red chili pepper-shaped spots. "We are sure to win the contest," said Maria. Jose looked at the pups and laughed. Tamale ate too much chili. Then he remembered the puppy contest and told Maria, "It doesn't say anything about what color spots the Dalmatians have to have." Maria asked, "How will we describe them?" Jose looked at the 6 puppies with red chili spots and shouted, "Why, we'll call them chili dogs, the rarest pups in the world." When the word of the amazing chili dogs reached the media, reporters came from all over. The puppies appeared on television and in newspapers everywhere. They were famous. Only one person was not happy about the puppies, Mr. Derrick. He wanted them for his own. He thought to himself, "I must have them. I will keep that family from winning the $50,000 dog show. I'll have the restaurant and those chili dogs." Tamale was a sweet mother to her puppies. She kept them well fed and clean. Taco was the proud father of 6 red and white Dalmatian puppies that were the talk of the town. The day of the puppy contest drew near. Jose and Maria decided to paint their white van with red chili peppers. It was a fun way to drive Taco, Tamale, and the chili dogs to the contest. In the meantime, Mr. Derrick was busy thinking of a way to keep the Cabreras family from making it to the contest. He did everything from placing nails on the street to setting up fake roadblocks. Finally, the big day arrived. Jose and Maria were so excited about the contest they almost forgot to put the puppies in the van. Maria said, "If we win the contest, our troubles will be over." Jose nodded. "We have to win. It's our only hope of keeping the restaurant open again." Taco and Tamale kept their paws crossed that their little chili dogs would save the day. When the Cabreras family reached the end of their street, they heard loud popping noises and felt a thud. All 4 tires had gone flat. "Oh no," Jose gasped. "Now we will be late for the contest." Maria calmed Jose down. "We will work as a team and repair the tires," she said. "But we only have 1 spare tire," Jose frowned. "Then we'll have to find another way to fix the other 3, Maria said. As Maria and Jose hurried to fix the flat tires, Mr. Derrick was hiding behind the bushes. "That should delay them a while. They only have 1 spare, so they'll never make it to the show. My plan is working." A man who owned a spare tire store pulled up in his truck. "Do you need some help?" he asked. "I have some spare tires in the back of my truck." "You are the answer to our prayers," Jose said. Everyone was thrilled. Taco, Tamale, and the chili dogs wagged their tails in excitement. Before long, the van was ready to go. Jose and Maria thanked the truck driver as he drove off. "Don't forget to stop by the restaurant for a free dinner." Mr. Derrick fumed as he watched the van of happy people and dogs drive off. "They'll never get past my next trap," he said. Sure enough, the roadblock confused Jose and Maria. Mr. Derrick's fake detour would take them miles out of their way and they would miss the contest. When Jose stopped the van to consult a map, Taco decided to investigate. Taco whispered to Tamale, "Stay with the pups. I'm going to check things out." With a powerful leap, Taco jumped down from the van. "Please be careful," Tamale pleaded. Mr. Derrick, following behind, saw Taco leave the pups unguarded and thought this would be his chance to snatch them. While Jose and Maria looked at the map, Mr. Derrick crept up to the open door of the van. Tamale was surprised to find Mr. Derrick reaching for the pups. Taco sensed something was wrong and turned back to the van. Mr. Derrick heard Taco before seeing him. A growl filled the air. Taco jumped on Mr. Derrick and took a firm hold of his shirt from the back, pulling him away from his family. Jose and Maria heard the commotion and rushed to the back of the van. There they found Mr. Derrick struggling with Taco. "What are you doing?" Maria asked Mr. Derrick before he escaped from Taco and ran off. Jose and Maria congratulated Taco for being such a brave dog. Tamale was so worried that Mr. Derrick would try something else that she and the puppies rode in the front seat all the rest of the way to the show. When they arrived at the contest, Taco, Tamale, and the owners were relieved. They were just in time. "We finally made it," Maria said. From the moment they carried the basket of chili dogs into the hall, they were a hit. It was not hard for the judges to decide who should win the $50,000. Mr. Derrick stood fuming, while the chili dogs received their ribbons. Though they were happy to win, Taco and Tamale felt sad for Mr. Derrick's dogs, locked up in small cages. Tamale decided to take matters into her own paws. Tamale quietly asked the Dalmatians if they wanted to be free from Mr. Derrick. "Oh, yes," they all barked excitedly. "If you're ready to try a better life, then on the count of 3, I'll open your cages. Then you can chase Mr. Derrick away. 1, 2, 3. The dogs burst from their cages and leapt at Mr. Derrick. He turned and ran from the hall. No one helped Mr. Derrick, since they knew how he treated his dogs. Mr. Derrick now understood he could not mistreat animals. Jose and Maria decided to use the contest money won by the amazing chili dogs for 2 important things. They would buy the restaurant from Mr. Derrick so that it would always be a cantina and never a parking lot. Jose set to work fixing up the kitchen and drying the place out. He repainted the outside in a very special way. And they would buy a new house. It would be a home for Jose and Maria, as well as Taco and Tamale and the chili dogs. And it would be a home for Mr. Derrick's Dalmatians as well. Now Jose and Maria owned the restaurant, and it was busier than ever. Tourists from all over came to see the amazing chili dogs of Amigos Mexican Restaurant. And that is Chili Dogs.